And of course, let's welcome tonight's lead anchor, Rex Rogoth. Rex is a visionary designer with over 30 years of experience in product design, interior design, and architecture. He performs in the drag community as International Lords and is the current reigning Mr. Scandals 2026. Rex is the president and co-founder of Lantera, a 501c3 organization dedicated to advancing mental health awareness through inclusive, community-driven events. Rex, Monday Vigil and Town Hall will be held at Sunshine Cathedral on Monday, February 2nd to address healthcare funding laws. Tell me, what's happening out?
Absolutely, Alex. On Monday, AIDS Healthcare Foundation, AHF, will host a Candlelight Vigil and Town Hall at Sunshine Cathedral, bringing the community together for reflection, updates, and action. The evening begins at 5:30 p.m. with a walk starting from the Department of Health, just south of Sunshine Cathedral across State Road 84, and proceeding to the cathedral. By 6 p.m., participants will arrive at Sunshine Cathedral Square, where Bishop Durrell Watkins will share his thoughts before moving inside. AHF will then share the latest on the lawsuits, outline next steps, and host a Q&A session. For updates, follow AHF online. Queer News Tonight will be covering this event closely. And I mean, this, unfortunately, we have to talk about stuff like this. You know, funding cuts have, been across the board. This is yet another recent funding cut to HIV prevention and AIDS people within Florida in general. But, I personally have seen friends who, are getting treatment for HIV and they don't know what to do because they make more than what this new minimum, dollar threshold is. And look, South Florida is not a cheap place to live, and so being below the poverty line basically means you won't be able to live here. And so this is just, another, unfortunately, another misguided attempt at government when they get rid of funding as either prevention or treatment, because the unfortunate reality of that is it's going to cost them more down the line when these people end up in the hospital.
Right. But they never think that far ahead.
The hospitals only have to do so much. That's what's really horrifying. They only have to stabilize you in an emergency situation. They don't have to treat you for long term. Now, there's a couple of things. One, I just want to say that the AIDS Health Foundation is one of the best HIV organizations out there. I've always appreciated how they do not just do what Big Pharma tells them. They do their own thing, unlike a lot of the other LGBTQ HIV groups. But this funding, people forget, some of the reasons the state's doing this is because the state's not a very competent state, let's be honest. But also, the federal government just did a huge, massive cut to healthcare spending. They may have diverted that spending to the DHS, which is a whole other story, but that is a real thing that you as individuals have to remember. This is important, and yes, who you vote for, who controls the budgets matters, and it is a life or death situation.
Very much a life or death situation.
And, that is a big story, and Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you at the AHF Candlelight Vigil and Town Hall at Sunshine Cathedral on Monday, February 2nd. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.